Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Fabrizio Romano here, as always, to keep you posted on the transfer market. And today, guys, several news, several stories. We jump into it together to keep you posted on absolutely everything, many stories. And so let's go immediately with all the latest. First of all, with the confirmation of the official agreements now done and confirmed by the club, because Elliot Anderson is a new Manchester City player. Club statement, £116 million, no add-ons, a big fee, record fee for Manchester City, paying to Nottingham Forest. Elliot Anderson did his medical in New York and now new Manchester City player. Sandro Tonali on his way to London today, having his medical between tonight and tomorrow, and then will be announced as a new Tottenham player. Manchester City were linked with Sandro Tonali, but they signed Elliot Anderson, and now obviously Tonali going to Tottenham in a record deal for the club, £100 million add-ons included, a record deal for Italian football. Never an Italian player was paid this much. So Tonali, new Tottenham player. Also talking about deal official, Matheus Fernandes, official confirmation from Tottenham, £85 million, and so one more completed. Let's talk about the news of the recent hours, because confirmation of what I told you 1 or 2 weeks ago, Onana leaves Manchester United and goes to Trabzonspor. Back to Turkey, the deal is done. Agreed, is a new loan for Onana, no buy option, no buy obligation. Man United, as I told you, will receive up to 1.5 million euros as bonuses from Trabzonspor based on performances, and then Manchester United also will have the majority of the wages covered by Trabzonspor. That's not a detail because Onana was on a big salary at Manchester United, and Trabzonspor will put obviously big part of this to keep Onana at the club. So it's over between Onana and Man United for this year, but remember, no buy option, no buy obligation, so officially in any case Onana would return to Manchester United in summer 2027. Talking about young talents, save the name of Jeremy Monga, because Jeremy Monga is one of the best talents in England in this moment, 16 years old, very talented, playing for Leicester City. I told you that Arsenal sent 2 bids to Leicester City to try and get the deal done for Monga. Arsenal were quite optimistic to sign this boy and make him part of their future projects as a talent for the future again. But in this case, when you don't close the deal for over 1 month, be careful. And that's the case also for Jeremy Monga, because Manchester City are hijacking the deal for Jeremy Monga to Arsenal. Manchester City have offered better money to Leicester, an important project to the player. I'm told that Enzo Maresca is also involved in the direct conversation between Monga and Man City. Maresca presented the project, wants Monga to join Man City long-term view, and so keep an eye on Jeremy Monga, because Manchester City are going very big and they could hijack Arsenal deal. So one to follow for sure. Talking about Arsenal, many questions about Bruno Guimares. What's happening with Bruno now? Guys, obviously Newcastle sold Sandro Tonali, Newcastle sold Anthony Gordon, so now Newcastle don't have any intention to let Bruno Guimares go. At the same time, Arsenal had a bid rejected, £55 million. Mikel Arteta is a big fan of the player. So what I can tell you, in addition to all of this, is that he really likes the player. Mikel Arteta was driving this interest for Bruno Guimares internally. It's not the first time Arsenal go for him. Even in the past, they were considering the possibility to go for Bruno Guimares. Always been a player appreciated by Arteta. But now, with Newcastle, it's not going to be an easy one at all. Because Newcastle, again, made money with Gordon, made money with Tonali, and they already told Bruno Guimares, and they told people close to him that they want to keep the player. So it's not going to be easy at all for Arsenal to get it done. They could try again, I would not exclude that, because Arsenal really consider Bruno the top target in midfield, but at the moment, from Newcastle, the message is doors closed. So let's see what's going to happen there, and the Bruno Guimares situation is this as of today. Talking about midfielders, guys, I also wanted to mention what's going to happen next now at Manchester United, because in 24 hours we saw Elliot Anderson, Sandro Tonali and Matheus Fernandes, 3 players who were of interest of Manchester United, but then the race was already left, going elsewhere. So what happens with Man United? Now you ask me, who can be the ideal target for United? The 2 names that Man United internally consider as fantastic options are Aurelien Tchouameni, but I told you the problem is the salary, and at the moment no green light from Real Madrid, and also Alex Scott is also highly rated by Arsenal and by Manchester United. Alex Scott has many clubs around him this summer, but Bournemouth insists they want to keep the player and they want to offer him a new contract. Let's see if Bournemouth will be able to keep him, because one thing is to say that, one thing is in the next 2 months resist in case they receive big proposals, but Alex Scott is one of the players considered internally by Arsenal and by Man United. Both clubs like him. At the moment, from Bournemouth is no, he's not leaving. But in case they open doors to an exit for big money, we have to follow these two clubs, keen eventually on Alex Scott. Then guys, more to mention on Bournemouth, a deal agreed for Álvaro Rodríguez, former Real Madrid striker. Now what's happening with Álvaro Rodríguez is that Bournemouth have an agreement in place. 25 million euros plus 5 in add-ons, new striker for Marco Rose. Real Madrid make extra money. That's also good news for Bournemouth because they get a very good striker. For Elche, because they receive 25 million euros plus 5. But Real Madrid, same as Victor Muñoz, same as Nico Paz, they always have a control on the player. And Real Madrid receive 12.5 million euros plus 2.5 in add-ons for Álvaro Rodríguez. So extra money for Real Madrid. Again, I mentioned Nico and Muñoz because this Real Madrid system is showing that they are obviously making good profit and good money. On Nico Paz, there is the buyback clause. On Álvaro Rodríguez and Victor Muñoz, no buyback clause. So Real Madrid lose control on these two players. And for sure, it's going to be interesting to see how it's going to develop. Then guys, wanted to also mention the situation of Rafa Leão, because I got many questions if the Leão situation could change now that Milan appointed a Portuguese manager like Ruben Amorim. What's going to happen next? Obviously Leão is busy with Portugal at the World Cup and they are not going to disturb the player during the World Cup. But after the World Cup, my understanding is that even after appointing Ruben Amorim, even after this Portuguese connection, even after the fact that Rafa Leão had some good moments at the World Cup so far, AC Milan keep considering Rafa Leão a player out of their long-term project. So for AC Milan, the exit of Rafa Leão is a serious possibility. He remains a player available on the market. So get ready because movements around Leão could start soon and the player is still considered in the exit list at Milan. So a situation that we have to track and follow for sure. Then will depend obviously on the price. Milan already spent big money on a Portuguese player like Gonçalo Ramos, so to sell Rafa Leão, who is still under contract, they would ask for important money, but the club, Milan, remain intention to let Rafa Leão go this summer. So the doors are open, while Christian Pulisic is a player considered crucial for Milan by the president Jerry Cardinale, by the coach Ruben Amorim, so they want to continue with Pulisic. The situation with Leão is completely different, and he's expected to leave the club in this summer transfer window. So expect movement on all this and much more, guys, as always, here on the channel to keep you updated on absolutely everything. Let me know your opinion on all these stories. Tonali, Elliot Anderson, Mateus Fernandes, Jeremy Monga, Arsenal on Manchester City, Andrea Onana leaving Man United, extra money for Real Madrid for Álvaro Rodríguez, and then Leão, Alex Scott, Bruno Guimares, and all the rest we've been mentioning here as always on the channel. Let me know, guys, as always here in the comments. I'm reading you. Remember to like this video, to turn on the notification bell, to subscribe to the channel, to be part of the family every single day, and see you soon.